Hello people, welcome to online classes for management control system. In this lesson, we are going to study factors that influence the design of management control system. In the previous lesson, we studied the concept of control, we studied the concept of management control and also the concept of management control system. Starting with various types of controls, that is feed forward control, concurrent control and feedback control. We studied the elements in management control system, that is sensor or detector, assembler, effector, and lastly the communication structure, right? So these are certain elements of management control system. So management control system, from the elements we can say, is nothing but a set of interrelated communication structures that is the processing of data to help the managers to coordinate the parts and achieve the purpose of organization's objectives on a constant basis, that is on continual basis. And there are various factors that are to be taken into consideration while designing a efficient and effective management control system, right? So I would suggest you to watch the previous lessons in the playlist before watching this particular lesson, so that you have a clear understanding of the concept of control, management control and management control systems in detail. There are roughly 2 to 3 lessons in the playlist. I would give the link of the playlist in the description below. So make sure you watch the previous lessons first and then come back to this video, okay? Alright then, so let's begin with this lesson. So when we speak of factors that influence the design of management control system, the first and the primary factor is managerial styles. So managing is nothing but getting things done from other people, right? And what is the manager's job? The manager's job is nothing but to get the work done from the employees of the organization, right? So there are different styles a manager can use to get the things done from his employees, right? The manager can use autocratic or what we call as a visionary style, or he may use democratic management style, directive management style, affiliative management style, so on and so forth. So there are n number of management styles, and these managerial styles, that is the way the managers get their things done or get the job done from the employees, influences the design of control systems in a significant way, right? So based on these managerial styles, there are various types of controls, like external control system, which works on the idea that the subordinates can be encouraged through rewards, can be monetary or non-monetary. It may be a salary hike in terms of monetary payment or monetary rewards, or it can be a promotion in terms of non-monetary rewards. So for instance, say encouraging or motivating encouraging or motivating the employees by saying exceed your sales target for consecutive 2 quarters, and rewarding them by increase in salary. Or it can also be, if a particular project is successful, the project manager will be promoted to a higher level. So these are non-monetary rewards, that is external control system, right? However, the style of external control is more commanding and mechanical. The employees have to work day in and day out to accomplish these goals or to get these rewards, right? So that is your external control system. Next up is the internal control system or internal controls, wherein the employees are encouraged by not any external rewards, by things like considering their opinion in decision making process, recognizing them for good work they have done through various actions, right? So that is internal control. It gives the employees a sense of accomplishment. So any managerial style that works in this specific way will design internal controls, right? Now, as we know that using just one control will not help the organization to grow. For example, there are certain employees who are least bothered about sense of accomplishment, recognition, nothing. They are not bothered, or that is not something that motivates them to do better, right? Or there may be certain class of employees also who, even after getting many rewards, maybe monetary or non-monetary, they feel unaccomplished or they are not happy with their jobs, right? Therefore, a mixture of both external as well as internal control is necessary, which is referred to as mixed control, right? And there is no manager who will just use one single style in for his, rather there is no single manager who uses just one single managerial style. Therefore, we need a combination of external as well as internal controls, that is mixed controls, right? Then moving ahead to another type of another factor that influences the management control system design is corporate culture. After managerial style, the another significant factor is corporate culture. So corporate culture is basically a set of values and objectives that are shared by each and every individual in the business organization. Therefore, it is a very influential factor. So, for example, IBM has designed following belief system for its employees, that is respect for the individual, customer service, dedication to work towards excellence, decentralized business, total quality management, and empowerment of people, right? So these are certain beliefs that form a corporate culture for IBM, right? Now, this ensures that each and every employee, each and every individual is following and behaving according to these beliefs, right? Another example can be of Amazon, right? Amazon's objective is to be the most customer-centric organization or the most customer-centric company on the in the entire globe, right? So this is the vision of the organization, and the same vision, the same objective and belief is imbibed in each and every individual working in the organization, right? Therefore, it directly or indirectly influences the design of control system. So when we speak of Amazon, one of the control check, or yes, the control check basically at every level of management, right from the top level of management to the operating level of employees, will be checked or will be judged based on the criteria that all the decisions, all the work is done, customer satisfaction as a topmost priority, right? So this is how corporate culture influences the design of control systems. Then in every business organization, there is decentralization of authority. The responsibility and authority is delegated to the subordinates in order to achieve the sub goals, right? Now, the primary reason why decentralization is important is that it makes each and every person who has the power to make decisions, it makes them accountable towards the organization, and it also develops a sense of belongingness. Here, the reason for the control system is to join all the subunits of the organization. Now, there are certain times where there is exploitation of environment, which results in higher salaries, wages, privileges to accomplish the organization's objectives. For instance, paying higher dividends than required to retain the shareholders' trust is a sort of privilege given to the shareholders to retain their trust in the company. In terms of management control systems, this organizational slack behaves like a cushion against the business environment, and it provides resources for innovation and adaptation in different areas. So, this is how organizational slack influences in designing of a management control system. Then we have stakeholders controls and design of control systems. So stakeholders of an organization can be investors, customers, employees, suppliers, and public government authorities. So for the business organization's benefit, we need to know how to use control over the stakeholders. So firstly, we need to recognize all the stakeholders and differentiate the significant ones in terms of their power, functions, decision-making process. For example, government authorities is a stakeholder to an organization which has an immense power to change the entire business environment for a particular organization. Then stakeholders like suppliers, employees, they are significant in terms of operations and functions for the organization. So we need to recognize and differentiate the significant ones from the other stakeholders. Once we differentiate them from other stakeholders, we need to analyze the incentives that can be given to the stakeholders. Now, this incentive can be in terms of money, rewards, power distinction, involvement in decision making. It can be anything as per the interest of the stakeholders. And then we need to analyze the contribution for a specific stakeholders. Contributions consist of capital, revenue, performance, community support. So all these steps help the organization to recognize important stakeholder variables that assist in checking and influencing the entire control process. Then in order to have a effective and efficient management control system, we need to take into consideration communication structures and control processes in designing the management control system. As we've already studied in the previous lesson, communication network, communication structures are one of the elements in management control system along with the detector, effector, and assessor. All the formal and informal communications are significant in understanding and improving the control process. The first part of information system is a formal or informal process which examines the environment in which the organizational subunits work. After this, the organization needs a planning process. So this planning process involves 4 sub-processes, namely strategic planning, business planning, long-range planning, and operational planning. So all these plans will remain unfinished without appropriate communication across different level of organizational hierarchy. Then next is feedback is required after each stage is complete, which is acquired in the forms of report, which again happens to be a form of written communication. Drafting decision-making procedures and applying them is again with uh, impossible without communication of the same to the employees. Therefore, communication structures play a very important role in designing management control systems. So yes, people, these were the various factors that influence the design of management control system. I hope you've understood this lesson. If you have any doubts or difficulties in this particular lesson, please let me know in the comments below, or you can also ask me during the live sessions. I'll be more than happy to help you with it. I will see you in the next class. Until then, take care and happy learning.